You know, the beauty of this Monackey Reservoir system is more than 1 million acres of water flow right through this area as it heads north and eventually ends up in Hudson Bay. The entire Rainy River, Rainy Lake area, the 1 million acres of Lake of the Woods, all of that fantastic fishing water all comes right by the front door of Gary's cabin, and also Paradise Cove Resort where we're staying. So you're right, literally right on the doorstep of some phenomenal fishing.
Oh, absolutely
17
perfect. 17 and a quarter.
Not only for these walleyes that we're going to be going for today, but tremendous muskie fishing here, smallmouth bass as well. Let's talk about some of the lures that you're going to want to use to bring up here for smallmouth bass fishing. Typically in the spring of the year, the fish are going to be shallow in spawning areas, shallow back bays, wherever there's gravel or rubble. So as you're going along the shoreline, you're looking for areas where you see skull size or basketball size rock, not the flat slab rock areas. When you find those gravelly areas, you're going to find smallmouth. A lot of times they're going to be adjacent to emerging weeds, and you can go and find those fish by sight fishing. Bring a good pair of polarized sunglasses along, scout the shorelines and look for the beds. You'll see them, they're about 2 or 3 feet across. Typically they have a white outside and a dark interior, and those bass will be lying in those beds. You can throw plastic imitators, small crawfish, Senko style baits, rig wacky style, and just pitch those into the beds and you'll get those smallmouth bass to strike. Oftentimes you can also get those fish in the springtime on a topwater lure like a skitter prop or skitter pop or even a skitter walk, a lure that makes a nice disturbance on the surface and get those fish to come up and hit those baits. Jerk baits, Husky jerks, numbers size 10s and 12s, typically in colors that have an orange or silver or white pattern to them, are going to trigger a lot of smallmouth bass here in Monackey. As the springtime ends and you start getting into that summertime pattern, a lot of those fish are going to suspend and move out over the reefs, and you're going to catch them right along with the walleyes. Cast jerk baits and topwater baits into the shallows, jerk baits on windy days or windblown points, and topwater lures on calm days or in the morning and evening time. Once you see some bass, get those fish to come up, you can slow down and throw soft plastic lures at them and also trigger a lot of fish to strike. Lastly, you're going to want to bring a nice bait casting rod for doing most of your bass fishing, 6.5 to 7 foot rod with a medium action, and spool up with 10 or 12 pound test line. You can put a little swivel in at the end of your line for quick changes on your lures, and those will hold up for all day long for casting for smallmouth bass here in Monackey. Again, a tremendous multi-species opportunity in the Monackey Reservoir. Come to Paradise Cove Resort for trophy muskie fishing, numbers and size of smallmouth bass, and more walleyes than you can shake a fishing rod at. And that's the kind of tremendous smallmouth bass fishing waiting for you at Paradise Cove Resort in Monackey, Ontario. You know what? Let's take a moment here and catch up with Mr. Walleye Gary Roach as he talks about the techniques and tactics you can use for catching walleyes up here at Monackey.